Hey everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel. And we welcome back to another episode in our Travel Advisor interview series where we go behind the scenes with some of the most inspiring leaders in our industry. Tonight, I am so excited because I have not only an incredible leader joining us, but also a great friend of mine, Deidre Norton. Deidre has been in the travel industry for over 3 years, and in that time, she has accomplished some amazing things. She's a platinum leader, a 3-time IATAN holder, and one of the top income earners with Evolution and Archer Travel. I wanted to bring her on tonight because she's been such an inspiration, not just to me, but to so many advisors across our company. She's always been one of the best to work with, and I know her story is going to encourage anyone who's building their travel business to keep going. Now, of course, if you are watching this on a replay, make sure you go ahead and comment hashtag replay so that I know that you have stopped by. And while I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this stuff off of your screen, let's go ahead and jump right into this exclusive interview with Deidre Norton. Hello. Hi, Deidre. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Welcome, welcome. So let's go ahead and dive right into this interview. I know you are so excited to share your story. Deidre, you have accomplished so much in this industry. You are a platinum leader, a 3-time IATAN holder, and a top income earner. Now, and for those who don't know you yet, can you go ahead and share a little bit about your background and how you got started in the travel industry?
Absolutely. I was led to Archer and Evolution Travel back in 2022 after selling my previous business. I did own a day spa for about 33 years. I kind of got the burnout, semi-retired, sold it, and thought that being at home was going to be, absolutely amazing, having all the time in the world to myself. And it was. But my family and I had always been big travelers. We typically would take anywhere between 4 to 6 trips every single year. And I always knew that travel was something that I truly, truly loved. That's when I came across Evolution and Archer Travel, and it completely changed the direction of my life. I had no idea that joining an informational meeting and joining Archer and Evolution would put me where I am today.
Right. And what would you say after joining? What would you say made you want to stay? What changed it when it came to Evolution Archer that made you want to stay?
So when I started looking, I knew that I wanted to do, like I said, something that was related to travel, but
Right.
I also wanted to do it the right way. So I was initially thinking, because I was, already a previous business owner, that I was going to be able to start my own travel business. Once I learned what it actually took to become a travel professional, licensed, certified, be protected, I quickly knew then the cost and the legalities were way more complex than I expected and wanted to take on.
Right.
So coming under a host agency like Archer Travel and Evolution Travel solved everything. They provide everything you need: your licensing, your certifications, your protection, access to over 100 suppliers. Of course, we all know that. And every single tool that you need to succeed.
Right.
What made me stay is, most importantly, the support system, the leadership, the community. It's unmatched. You're never alone here, which that's one thing I love about it. If you have a question or need guidance, there's always someone ready to help. The collaboration and the family culture inside of Evolution and Archer is truly something special to me, and it's very unique. I don't think that you would be able to typically find the collaboration and the family feel that we have here at Evolution and Archer.
Yeah. I want to think back to the time when we first met each other in Georgia. We came together for it was a regionals, right?
Yeah.
And it was like we already knew each other. We've worked together for so many years. And, a lot of the times people think, well, you don't really meet each other. You don't get to work together. But that's not true. Not for our team. I mean, would you agree? We work together regardless of being from Georgia or Texas, wherever, right? So,
think about it, we work together every single day. Every day we're in connection with somebody new, maybe the same people, everybody within the team. Again, it's just a huge collaboration.
Yeah, I agree. So You have reached one of the highest income levels in our company. So congratulations, right? Everybody congratulates Deidre for that. Go ahead and comment below. But what do you think would separate successful agents from those who are currently struggling? Like, what do you think makes the difference to earning that top income level?
Honestly, I probably, well, I do believe it just comes down to consistency, mindset, and ownership. To
Yeah,
me, successful agents treat this like a real business from day one. They show up even on the days they don't feel like it, which is what I do. I
yeah,
continue learning, uh, continue marketing yourself, networking. And the most important thing that I probably could say is don't give up after a few no's. If I had
yeah,
thrown the towel in as many times as I thought I was going to when I got started, I would not be where I am today. Um,
yeah.
it's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean, now, today, I mean, didn't you just get back from vacation? It was a few weeks ago, but you just got back from vacation, right?
Sunday, I just got back. I was gone for 8 days. And I want to also mention, Ash, from my experience, when I see those who struggle, they often stop too soon or they expect instant results.
Yeah,
The
that is
truth,
true.
travel is a relationship business. It takes
Yeah.
time to build trust, credibility, to be visible. But when you stay consistent, that's probably the most important thing to remember is consistency. Then the
Yeah.
results will begin to compound, and that's the difference to me.
Yeah. I was talking with my team the other day and I said, if you stop and just think about all the top leaders here, you know what it is? They never gave up. Like that's it. Even when they failed or if something didn't go the way they wanted to, they wouldn't be here because if they gave up, right? But that's the one thing. I think that's really what sets us all apart is we never give up. And that's kind of the beautiful part about our travel industry. There's always something new you can do. Like no matter what
100%.
you think that you've done, there's always something else that you could do because travel is always, evolving and changing. So it's kind of exciting, right?
I tell my team every day. We learn things new every day. Just because my agents think, oh, I've been here 4 years and I'm where I'm at in the company that I know everything. Absolutely not. It goes back to what we were talking about. That whole collaboration. That's what it's about. So
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, speaking of collaboration and just working together in general, what daily habits or routines do you think helped play this big role in your success? Like, is there anything that you say you do on a regular basis that helps you?
So I'm a very structured person. I'm a people pleaser, and I want everything to be as perfect as possible. First lesson I learned in this industry, in this business, was nothing's going to be perfect. It's never going to be
Hmm.
100. So I'm a firm believer, that success is built in your daily habits that you create for yourself. So every day, I dedicate time to three key things. I don't always stick to this plan, but this is kind of my layout. Learning, I do at least one thing that can increase my knowledge, whether it's a supplier training, reading industry updates, checking my emails, or listening to a travel podcast, just like we're doing right here. Marketing, I always market daily. I post daily on social media, share travel content, just like this vacation, talk about my vacation, where I'm going, where I've been, what it's about.
Yeah.
And I try to engage with my audience as much as possible because that consistency is going to build that trust between you and the people that you are reaching, the people that are seeing you.
Right.
My mentorship and my leadership plays a big role. It's very fulfilling to me. Owning the business before, I owned a day spa for, but like I said, 33 years, and I was always, a big people pleaser. So I always make time to support my team, answer any questions they have to the best of my ability, and I always celebrate their wins. That's like one of the biggest things that keeps that hype up in our, within our team chats, and
Yeah.
just others succeed again. Just fuels my own growth. It just teaches me that I'm where I should be in my life with not knowing I would be where I am today. So
Yeah.
honestly, plan my day the same way. And I just like I would plan a client's itinerary, with purpose and intention.
Nice. Speaking of wins, I think that's something as travel advisors we tend to overlook. Like, there's just so much that we have to do that we get kind of, I feel like, consumed in it sometimes, and we forget to celebrate the wins. So, if you're on this live and, comment one of your wins that you've done, like just something that you would think is like small, guys, is huge. Like, I was thinking the other day about like all the things that I've done so far, just like on YouTube, right? And I just am like, oh, yeah, it's all right. It's going. But guys, like, we are doing things that people don't do every day. And like, we have to celebrate even those small wins, right? I mean, you could probably agree with that, right, Deidre?
I tell my team that every day when they say, "Oh, I only had a little booking. It might have been $500, or I had a booking. It was 1,000." That is a win. Bottom line,
Right. Booking's a
you
booking.
succeeded. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So speaking of bookings or just perks in general, let's just say share one of your two, maybe one or two of your like biggest travel perks or maybe favorite industry experiences that have came so far from being a travel advisor.
Well, we're just returning from vacation for 8 days and being able to work on the go would be one of them. But yeah, I mean, that's a fun question to answer because one of my favorite experiences was sailing with Virgin Voyages, earning that free cruise with them. Their ships are next level. They're an adult only for any of you that don't know cruise line, and being able
Nice.
to experience some of the resorts that I've been to, like Sandals, Secrets, Royalton, as part of my
Yeah.
travel education. That's something you just can't beat. Being able to take those fam trips and go and learn as what we call our workcations. They truly are. We work, but we are on vacation.
Yep. And it's tax write-offs. Don't forget the
Oh,
best part.
100%. Mhm.
Right?
But I would probably
Especially
say
because,
the best perk of all would just be traveling with a purpose. When you're traveling
yeah.
as an advisor, you're learning, you're networking, you're creating opportunities. Every time you step off a plane or a ship, it's work that never feels like work. Um,
Right.
I actually gained, hopefully, a client while I was in Mexico. We met them at the pool. We
Nice.
started talking, and they're going to be taking a cruise. So again, networking. You're always, always networking, guys. Just don't ever forget that.
I mean, but it's not even really networking at that point. You're just talking about travel. Like, it's
Exactly.
so natural.
I had no intention of trying to push, selling a cruise or something on a client. We just got to talking, and it just came up.
Yeah, I agree. So, speaking lastly a little bit more about, perks in general, maybe for new agents, right when they first join, do you think there's any good, maybe supplier benefits or travel opportunities that would be good for them to attend just like when they first start joining? Do you have any good recommendations since you've done a lot?
Oh, absolutely. Supplier relationships, building those are going to be key. They're going to be amazing, through Arch
Yeah.
and Evolution. I've been able to access fan trips, like I just mentioned, discounted rates. I mean, we took this trip to Mexico and I literally went for under $500 for the week because I had freebies. I went for four
Wow.
weeks and paid for three. And I stayed at two different resorts. I got a
That's
free
amazing.
upgrade when I got to the second resort. We were in a regular room and they upgraded us to a 2-room suite. Um,
Wow. That's awesome.
exclusive. Yeah, it was pretty nice. That was the first for me. Exclusive training opportunities that aren't available to the public. You guys are going to have access to things that the average travel professional or people in the travel industry is not going to have access to. Do not let those pass by you. Take every chance that you can to learn and
Yeah,
learn that you can. You
I
know, uh,
agree.
I've been able to stay and I've been able to cruise, stay at luxury all inclusives and attend incredible events just like those fam trips, all while growing my business. It's just really the best of both worlds is the way I look at it. Education and vacation wrapped up in one.
Yeah. What about also too? You've attended so many of our amazing events with our team too. So from conventions to group get-togethers. So what would you say has been your favorite part? Like, what do you feel when you go to these events? Like, we have to talk about this. Okay, we have to talk about that connection that you feel. Let them know all about it.
Hands down, no doubt, no questions asked, are the connections. You
Yeah.
can feel the energy when we're all together. You and I just mentioned that when we met each other almost
Yeah.
3 years ago at regionals. It felt like we were just saying, "Hey, hello, how are you? Good to see you." And it's the first time we met. The support,
Yeah.
the laughter, the friendships. the ups and the downs, guys, because we all are going to have them. Just because we're all big one family and collaboration, you know what families do. They have ups and downs as well, and we do too. But you know what? We all know how to bounce back, and we all know how to agree to disagree.
Yes, for
Being at
sure.
those events is like a huge family reunion every single time.
Yep.
When you leave convention, or you leave a regional, or you leave a travel show that you've been invited to, when you leave those events, you feel recharged, motivated, and it always reminds me of why I got started and why I continue to grow like I have.
Yeah, I agree. That it's that staying connected. That's what it is. Even with it's just your mentor, maybe you can't get to the events just yet, or doing the virtual events, or even attending trainings. It's the connection is what keeps us as travel advisors. I think at least.
Exactly. And I'm going to add to that, just like at convention, um, being able to see the people that you've mentored that have hit those milestones, being able to meet them in person.
Yeah.
One of my agents that is my right arm, she walked the stage at convention, and being able to meet her in person and be a part of her, that's really to me what it's all about. Meeting a lot of the, leaders, meeting our founder, our owner of, Archer, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's honestly, I think that's probably one of the biggest things that people don't know about Evolution Archer is that, like David McCovey, who's the founder of Evolution, and then we have Ron Archer, who's the founder of Archer. Like they are just real people. Like they are
Exactly.
just genuinely real people that support us. Like they really care about us, and I
I
love
kind of
that.
joked about it at convention and said that they were more down to earth than probably what most of us are in general. And seeing them
Yeah.
be in that type of environment and personality and being who they are lets you know that you can kind of let your hair down. And that's when the whole family feel comes in.
Yeah. It's that support that I don't know. Like, if you were to go work a 9 to 5, you wouldn't have that. They would be like, "You're
Oh,
just a
no,
number, but you're not a
no,
number here. Like, we care
nope,
about you. We want you to see successful, all the way around." So,
exactly.
speaking of success, now there's a part that I want to talk about too with advisors. You yourself, obviously, you have mentored and you've done a lot of success when it comes to mentoring and helping other advisors. Do you have anybody maybe that you feel like just kind of took it above and beyond, and maybe are doing that great, successful work as a travel advisor as well?
So I have one person that I would like to mention and I would like to actually talk about. Um, Sarah Harvey. She started out and started strong. She joined my team, but she's kind of one that stands out. After she joined and we got started together, she quickly became one of my top performers. She started with a little experience, but she was determined, consistent, and always hungry to learn. So she's probably the one that kind of stands out to me the most. That is
Yeah.
the closest to me as far as my team, not overall in general.
Right. Yeah, I know. Sarah, she's killing it. She's doing
She
amazing.
works her tail off every single day.
Yeah, you know what I love about her is that she takes initiative. Like she does trainings and she helps people, and like when you're first starting, that can be kind of overwhelming, and she just took it with grace, and she does amazing, and she does really cool trainings too, like just different topics that most people don't cover. So I really like her style. I like her leadership. She's
Yeah,
great.
she's great.
Yes, I agree. Speaking of, we're gonna get into some tea now. Okay, we're gonna give some tea tonight. So, what's a common misconception that people have about coming a travel advisor that you would love to clear up? There we go. That's a deep question.
Yes, that is a very deep question. Probably more so that it's not just about booking trips. It is
Okay.
about being a travel advisor is so much more. It's about relationship building,
Yeah.
client experience, and creating memories that will last a lifetime for people. That's super rewarding to me. I think another big misconception is that it's too hard to get started. Do not say that word. It is not hard. The truth is when you have the right host agency, like Archer, the tools and the training are already there for you. Evolution's there for you with your marketing, your HR end of it. You just need the willingness to learn and the dedication to apply it.
Yeah, I agree. And then, thinking of that, the willingness to apply. So for someone who's watching and maybe they're on the fence about becoming a travel advisor, what would you say to them right now?
Don't let the opportunity slip through your fingertips.
Yeah.
100%.
Don't wait. I feel like that's our problem. We always wait to do something.
Do
And
not let it pass you by. Don't let fear take over. Forget the word fear. Think positivity. Go in with a positive attitude, guys, and you will and can succeed.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, you can. And taking that, okay, if you were to have the ability to start again, okay, this is our last question that I'll ask you for tonight. This is a deep one. So if you were to have the ability to start again, what is one thing that you think you would have maybe done differently that would have added to being even more successful than you are now? Like, what is something that you would have redone?
Don't overthink it. Just do it. You will never be able to know what this opportunity can do for you until you take that first step. As I mentioned, this business has completely changed my life. I went from being burned out and ready to retire to being passionate, fulfilled, and building a legacy that's going to allow me to help others do the same thing. I would treat it like a six-figure business from day one. I never imagined in a million years I would be at a six-figure income in a short 4 years. In the beginning, I was still finding my footing. I was kind of here for the travel perks. Yeah, I might book some travel. Yeah, I might not, just kind of rolling with the flow. But once I shifted my mindset and implemented structure, everything changed. So if I could go back, I probably would set bigger goals sooner, not sit around and wait. I would delegate where it was needed. I would invest more into automation and marketing early on, not waiting to learn it like I did too late. And as I mentioned earlier, we are all not perfect. I come in late to the game. So believe it or not, some of you may think, oh, well, how is that true? Because she's where she is today. I am truly just digging deep and getting started with real, true marketing. I was so afraid of social media. I didn't know what to do. Yeah. Now I joke and I always say I'm a social media queen because I learn something new every day. Honestly, every step's taught me something, and I would not trade the experience I've had for anything else in the world. I want to mention one last thing. One of the biggest reasons for my success here is the mentorship and the encouragement from leaders like our founder, David McCovey with Evolution, and our CEO owner, Ron Archer with Archer Travel, and the entire leadership team. My mentors, my upline, my mentor that brought me in, Michelle, she's absolutely amazing. I've learned so much from her. One of the biggest things I can say that I learned from her is patience and to stop and think and go through the process before you react or speak or reply. That was my biggest fault, and she has taught me so much about that. Plus, the friendships formed along the way. We talked about meeting people for the first time. I've been here 4 years. Michelle's been my mentor for 4 years. I met her for the first time on the convention cruise. Nice. That's the first time I had met her. So just don't let it fall through your fingertips, because I can't say that enough. That's what's going to keep everybody motivated is the things we just talked about, celebrating together, learning together, growing together. It is truly a family environment that empowers you to be able to step into leadership and create success, not just for yourself, but for others too. And that's what makes me happy every day.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that we also are doing all of this from our homes.
We forget to say that, right? We are. We're at home right now doing this podcast. Yes.
Right.
No, and I'm going to say
Yes.
working from home is great. And I think you would agree with me on this, and anybody else would agree with me on this that does it. Just because you can work from home, you still have to put structure in your day. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that I do the same thing every single day of the week. I don't do that. I needed a vacation from a vacation coming home. Monday and Tuesday of this week was not my normal Monday and Tuesday. I kind of slacked a little bit, but you have the right to do that because you work for yourself and you work from home.
Yeah, I did that today. I think that's one of the hardest things that we deal with as from working from home is that when to step away, especially when you're new, because it can literally, you just throw yourself into it and you're like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But guys, listen, just stop and breathe. Okay. Live in your home too, not just work in your home, because if not, you'll overwork yourself, right?
You know what's funny that you say that today, that you said you took today to do what you needed to, is, normally, so all of us we're in team chats, we're in, different environments with everybody, and we can always see who's online, who's not online, who's doing this. And you were kind of idle today, and it made me stop and think about, wonder what Ash is doing today. She's not as active, but you're right. We do have to have those days.
Yeah.
To just reset ourselves. And it's okay. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely. I have to. Like, especially now that I do all these lives and everything too. Like, for the sake of, honestly, if I were to be real with you, for the sake of my marriage, the sake of my family, the sake of my own self happiness, if I don't step away, my body will force me to step away. Like, I will start to shut down to a point where I just like, I get stuck. So, and that's happened over the 3 years. It didn't happen at first. So, at first, I was doing like 5 billion things a day. But I'm telling you guys, pace yourself. Just do a few things a day. That's all you really need to do and you will be successful in this, honestly.
Set goals, sit down, do a vision board, do a, I'm going to tell you this, Chat GPT is my best friend. His name is Scout, and I go to him every single day. You're going to be surprised at what that can do for you as well. And he will help you, put a schedule in place for yourself if you're struggling with something. I mean, I've went in and told him, hey, I'm struggling. I need some assistance, I
Yes.
need some advice. I feel like, but I think we've covered about every aspect of this business that we could possibly touch on.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. So, wow, that was such an amazing conversation. Thank you. Thank you so much, Deidre, for joining me tonight and sharing so many gems about your journey here with Evolution and Archer Travel. Any last words, anything else before I cut off? Are we good?
Anybody watching
Awesome.
this that's going to decide to come on, I'm sure I'll see you someday. And the ones that are here with us already, thank you guys for attending, and thank you guys for being here and supporting us. Again, we're a family.
Yes.
We support each other, so I do appreciate it.
Awesome. I agree. So, speaking of all of that, I have already put Deidre's YouTube link inside of the chat. So, not in the chat, it'll be in the pinned comment section and also in the description. So, you guys, she does awesome trainings and she posts them. So, feel free to subscribe to her. And if you have enjoyed this interview, guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, share it with someone who could use a little bit of motivation today, because I honestly, we have been here. We know what to do. We know what to expect. So we are just here to share all of that with you. And lastly, if you are still watching this on a replay, keep those comments coming. I'm going to head over to my studio now. Me and Deidre will both be there to read through your questions. And of course, we'll make sure to shout out a few of you in our next episode. So make sure that you go ahead and comment below now. Let us know what you think, any questions, and we'll meet you over there in the studio. Thanks again so much, Deidre, for joining me. And guys, I will see you on the next episode.
Thank you for having me, Ash.